Hello everyone, I'm Maitry Kothari and welcome to DNA India. Let me introduce you to our guest, Mr. Amitabh Tiwari, who's a Sebi registered investment advisor and a political strategist and commentator. Welcome to DNA India. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to join us in this discussion.
Thank you, Maitry. Thank you, Diana. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you, sir. I believe youngsters are concerned about what savings options they can look out for when they are new to the job. Can you explain us, sir?
Yeah, to set the context right, many youngsters I meet also ask me this question: why do we need to save? And how much should we save ideally? So, we need to save because we need to stay afloat during rainy days. We need to save to meet our expenditure during our retirement days. And it depends upon different people, but the national savings rate pre-COVID is around 30%. So at least we should try to save around 30% of our incomes each month to be at least equal to the national savings. One should not invest in things which one does not know. That is rule number one. Rule number two is we should not chase high returns. Safety of the principal is of utmost importance.
So, in an untoward situation, if a private company employee faces layoff, what should he do or what can he do to cope up with the expenses till he finds a new job?
See, I believe in the concept of health trinity. We need to have emotional fitness, physical fitness, and financial fitness.
Right.
First of all, we should not take a lot of stress and we should not hold ourselves responsible for these layoffs. People are not being fired for not working adequately on their jobs. The
Right.
strategy of the companies have gone wrong or they've not made money, and that's why these layoffs are happening. Otherwise, we could go into a shell. So first of all, don't blame yourself for the job loss. Secondly, do some physical movement exercise so that you do not take a lot of stress. Third is actively look for jobs by your friends, relatives, and reference.
So, are there any legal aspects one can look out for to get any compensation?
See, mostly employment contracts have a notice period element. So if there is a notice period, in your contract, the employer needs to give you or needs to compensate you for the notice. Can be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. If that is not happening, then of course one can approach the labor code. Otherwise, one can go to courts for a wrongful termination, etc. But courts take a lot of time, and you will spend a lot of your energy, money on it, and may not get substantially something out of it. Rather, I would say focus on getting a new job and start something afresh.
Okay. So, do you think at this time investment is a good option? Like, do you think FD, mutual funds, term insurance is the right option to go for, since they will come with the benefit of a tax rebate as well?
Yeah, since we get a benefit of a tax rebate, we should invest in instruments which in which we get some tax rebate, like a term insurance or a PF or a health cover. Also, we are now getting some 25,000 rupees of exemption. See, in life we have risks. First thing we need to do when we start earning is that if we have dependents, then we need to cover for the risk of loss of life, whatever that probability is. So for that, we need to take a life cover or an insurance cover. Insurance is not an investment. We should not mix insurance with investment.
Right.
So there are products like a term insurance in which you pay a premium and you get a cover. If you survive, thank God, you don't get the money back.
Yeah.
But some people get into the trap of, oh, I'm paying money, this is going waste, I should get this money back. So you get into annuity plans or plans which have a money return policy. So that comes with a cost. In those plans, the life cover is very low compared to a term cover.
Okay.
And the returns are also lower than normal investment products because there is a cost of risk of life attached to it.
Yes, yes, definitely.
So one should normally go for a term cover. Now the question is, how much should be the term cover?
Mhm.
How much should I take as a term cover? So if you approach it the other way, how much is the maximum an insurance companies all put together will give you as term cover?
Okay.
So the normal thumb rule is 60 minus your current age. Let's say my age is 40. So 60 minus 40, 20, multiplied by the current income per year. Let's say the person's income is 10 lakh. So 20 into 10 lakhs is equal to 2 crores.
Yeah.
2 crores is the maximum a person of 40 years of age earning 10 lakh per annum can get. 60 minus your current age into your current income per year is the maximum insurance cover which you can buy. So wealth generation takes a lot of time. It does not happen in a whisker. So these are some of the products which the youngsters could take
Invest.
depending upon their goals and the duration of that.
Okay. So about these job cuts, like since the answer to these sudden job cuts or layoffs is recession, so can you explain what can be seen as the primary reason for these recessions?
Theoretically, recession is when an economy has 2 quarters of negative GDP growth.
Yes.
So US had it in the first 2 quarters, but in the third quarter it has a positive GDP growth. India after Corona has not faced a negative GDP growth. So India is not facing recession theoretically. Even US is not. But this entire world is witnessing a high inflation scenario.
Okay.
After Corona. So banks do not have any other measure to tame inflation than to raise the interest rates. So when the interest rates rise, the demand for goods or services normally declines. So if the demand for goods and services decline, the turnover of the companies will reduce.
Yes.
When the turnover of the companies reduce, their profits will decline. Also, in this case, it's a double whammy because of the rise in interest rates, their interest cost has increased. So the revenue has declined and the cost has increased.
Yes.
So the profits of companies is declining. And there is only one way to increase profit. Either increase turnover or reduce cost. Because of globalization, we are very linked to each other. Now, most of these tech layoffs are happening in MNC companies, which have had poor results back in their back in US. And since most of these employees were employed with these firms, they had to face the backlash. I don't see any Indian companies doing so because India still is on a good wicket. I would not say strong because India is not an export dependent economy. If there is recession in the West, more and more companies would be forced to outsource more because they would need to reduce their costs, employee costs, which are doing IT work there. It is much better to do an IT related job in India or their entire IT to India. So this is also, it could also happen.
So thank you so much for being in this discussion. It was really great to have you here.
Thank you.